Hello friends, CA Conjugal this side. Today I am going to talk about the latest circular issued by SEBI mandating the AMCs to pay their employees 20% of their salary, 20% of their CTC in the form of units of schemes managed by them. I am gonna discuss what was the need of the circular, why the demand from various experts or industry leaders was there to issue such kind of circulars, and what the SEBI has stated in this circular, what are the implications of this circular, and how the circular is going to impact the CTC of the key employees of the AMC. So let us understand first what was the need of the circular. As we all know that retail investors are investing into mutual funds on the advice of their advisors, and as per the estimates, still the retail investors invest in direct in regular plans of mutual funds through agents or distributors or banks or on the advice of some online portal nowadays, evaluating their rankings and etc. after seeing the past returns of the performances. So it the demand for such circular was started from the well-known crisis of ILNFS. What happened in 2018? ILNFS, a government entity, uh, an entity of which was having huge debt, was defaulted in repayments of their principals and interest. It led to the huge losses to the AMCs and investors, which they owned indirectly through mutual fund units. Yes Bank and DHFL followed the path of ILNFS, and they also collapsed in 2019 and 20 respectively. After the sudden fall of such institutions which were assigned ratings of AAA by rating agencies, which was the highest security rating which can be assigned to any particular company, the investors started to feel ditched, and they were thinking how their money is safe, who can take care of their money if the investors, who can take care of money of the investors if the mutual fund uh, if the persons who are managing the mutual funds, who are deemed to be experts on the subject, are not able to judge the financial health of the companies, and they are not able to recognize it before actual collapse of the entity. Many AMCs, particularly AMCs of Yes Bank and DHFL Primerica mutual fund, which was there, were holding huge stakes in the securities of Yes Bank and DHFL. They were holding the securities up to the extent of 30% of the AUM size of the scheme, and these incidences were against the principle of diversification, liquidity, and natural justice for which mutual funds have been designed, and these were not able to take care of the money of the investors in toto. Why these companies, these mutual funds were holding such kind of exposure in these instruments, while this was against the SEBI guidelines and principle of diversification. So question came to the SEBI, and many investors and many veterans of the industry is started to feel that this is the corruption, or you can say scam, by the AMCs, which have been done by doing the favor to the principal entities, as these schemes were promoted by the Yes Bank and DHFL, and the promoters holding were there, uh, promoters entity, and these schemes invested in promoters entity. So why? So it led to a question that this was not a situation which came suddenly. The employees, the key employees of the AMCs and schemes failed to execute their responsibilities in the desired manner. So SEBI Sumoto took various steps, and they revised the guidelines for holding the maximum exposure in single thrift in the debt mutual funds. Simultaneously, SEBI also revised the riskometer guidelines for mutual funds, which helped, or which will gradually help in judging the schemes on riskometer basis in future to the retail investors. I am discussing about the debt mutual funds, and we may think that why we are discussing only debt mutual funds and why not equity mutual funds. I am talking about debt mutual funds and incidences of debt mutual funds because retail investors used to think, and it was told to retail investors, that debt mutual funds are quite safer than the equity mutual funds. But after the crisis of ILFS, Yes Bank, DHFL, RCOM, Reliance Power, Reliance Infrastructure, it all vanished, and credibility of that mutual funds also came into the question. By all these incidences, what happened in March 2020 to 20, liquidity in uh, debt market diminished a lot, and Franklin Templeton closed its six schemes in the month of April 2020, citing the issue of liquidity prevailing in the debt market, which was because of corona pandemic as well, and the other reason was the schemes of Franklin India Templeton mutual funds were holding lot of instruments which were A rated or below. And when there is panic, when there is uh, crisis, you are not able to sell the instruments which are not high rated instruments. So Templeton decided to close these schemes for further subscription and redemptions. Uh, this led to a situation wherein a small investor who invested the amount in that mutual funds, considering that they are safe, was having no liquidity and was stuck in the scheme till the time of maturity of the schemes. This was first kind of incidents in India, and the act of Franklin Templeton was sued by various bankers, AMCs, and investors in several courts. The matter is underlying under the Supreme Court, and still it is going on. So now we are going to discuss what is circular. What was the need of the circular? The veterans of the industry started to demand that key employees of the AMCs, which are recommending or investing in these schemes, should also have their skin in the game. They should also have the exposure in the schemes, which will give better chances of good corporate governance to these schemes. And when the key employees or of the schemes of the AMCs will be having their own money in these schemes, they will not invest in those instruments which may cause liquidity problems or default problems in the schemes, and this will ensure that they will be doing justice with their duties. So this was the need and demand from various veterans of the industries to the SEBI. Considering the situation, the SEBI has finally come up with a circular alignment of interest of key employees of mutual fund AMCs with the interest of unit holders, dated 28th April 2021. In this circular, the SEBI has mandated for the key employees. Key employees has been defined in the circular as Chief Investment Officer, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operation Officer, distributors of the schemes, fund managers, etc. There is a list of employees which have been defined as key employees of the scheme. Will be paid in the form of units of the schemes which they are managing, and their CTC. So if a person is having a CTC of 50 lakh rupees per annum, then the AMC is required to pay 10 lakh rupees of units and 40 lakh rupees of cash, or you can say part of CTC in other form, and 10 lakh rupees worth of CTC will be paid in the form of units. Thus, how the circular further states that if a fund manager is managing more than one scheme, then the units will be paid in proportion to all the schemes he is managing. What does it mean? It means if a person is managing 4 schemes having ABCD, having AUM size of 5,000 crore, 3,000 crore, 2,000 crore, 1,000 crore, then he will be allotted 10% of the salary of the scheme A, 6% of the salary in scheme B, 4% of the salary in scheme C, and 2% of the salary, CTC salary, in scheme D. And the units will be allotted proportionately as well as in time proportion. What does it mean? Means these units will be allotted in regular intervals, like monthly salary you get. The same way you are going to get monthly units in those schemes, and these units will be locked in for 3 years. Means an employee who is getting these units cannot redeem those units within 3 years. Simultaneously, he will not be able to sell these units for 3 years because these units have been locked in for 3 years. However, there is an exception that if a person who is attaining the retirement at superannuation age, he will be exempted from the lock-in period. Or if the tenure of the unit allotted, which generally happens in close-ended debt funds, or if the maturity of the units is less than 3 years, then he can redeem those units at the time of the maturity of the unit. And if a person attains the superannuation age of retirement, for example say 60 years, then after retirement of the units, these units will not be locked in and he may be able to redeem those units. Why this has been done? Because after retirement every person is having its own individual needs, and the person may not be willing to continue its investment in the mutual funds, and he might be having need for his retirement for other purposes. So that's why this has been done. The circular further states that if a person is not willing to take entire 20% exposure in the schemes managed by him, he may at least he may do so, but he has to invest at least 10% of the CTC amount in those schemes, and further 10% can be invested in similar schemes which have same risk-o-meter by the AMC. For example, if a person who is managing corporate bond fund having risk-o-meter of say 4 or 5, then he has to at least get allotment of 10% units of the scheme managed by him, which is corporate bond fund managed by him, and he may get allotment of 10% of the salary in the form of units with other schemes managed by AMC having same risk-o-meter of 4 or 5 or higher than above, so that he has his own skin in the game. The circular further states that the scheme, the employees who have been allotted these units may avail loan facility against such units from the AMC in the case of medical emergencies or any other emergency on the ground of humanity from the AMC in accordance with the policy of the AMC. This circular will be applicable from 1st July 2025. This circular is applicable on all the AMCs, and the AMCs are required to report in the quarterly report to be submitted and half-yearly report to be submitted to the SEBI, stating what are the CTC of the key employees of the AMCs and how the AMCs are paying to their employees, and what are the units which have been allotted to the employees. This circular has also put responsibility on trustees of the AMCs, stating that if the trustees feel that there is non-compliance of by the AMC in discharging its duty by paying CTC in the form of units to the employees, then the trustees are also required to report to the SEBI about the same in their quarterly or half-yearly report to be submitted. I hope so you have learned something from this video and the circular is clear to you. Bye bye.